What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. And boom, Michigan State lands their guy in Frankie Fidler in the transfer portal, a wing from Omaha. Last year, he averaged 26 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal on 45%. Shooting from the field, 36% from 3 and 85% from the free throw line. Now you may say, Scott, this guy's from Omaha. Why are you so excited about him? As we talked about him a little bit before here, I didn't even know that Omaha was a college. How will that translate to the Big Ten, you might ask? But listen, he's a 20-point per game scorer last year, as we said. 16-point per game scorer for his whole career, right? Lowest he's ever scored was his freshman year, 12.8 points a game. Obviously, we know it's Omaha. Omaha does not play in a conference like the Big Ten. We know that. But if you're a scorer, you can put the ball in the basket, you're a scorer. He can shoot the ball fairly well as well. His best shooting season from 3 was his freshman season at 43%. But as we said last year, 36% as well. So a solid, guy that you can throw on the wing and shoot from 3. But it's not just that. He can also create a little bit off the dribble and get some shots that way, which should take some pressure off of, say, Jaden Akins, who is projected to be, the number 1 option on the team this upcoming year. That should take some pressure off him. And it's also another guy for Jeremy Fears to be able to create with. So now you have Jaden Akins on the wing, you have Frankie Fidler on the wing, and then you should have Xavier Booker playing the 4, and he's a great shooter as well from 3. So now you got really 3 guys that can shoot the ball. Depending on what you do at the center position, we'll touch on that a little bit going forward. If you have Jackson or Cooper starting there as the roster sits right now, they can sit in the paint as well. So really this just opens everything up for Jeremy Fears as well. Now, do we expect him to score 20 points a game in the Big Ten? No. Does he need to on this team? No. I expect somewhere between 12 to 14 points maybe. 15 to 16 maybe if he's the number 1 option and not Jaden like we expect. Against major competition last year in November, he played TCU. He scored 20 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists. Against Texas Tech later on in the year, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Solid numbers, not anything like super crazy. That TCU game, that was their second game of the year, I believe, and that was, his best game against major competition. But he has scored 30 in the game a couple times, so that's in his bag as well. Obviously against lesser competition than he'll see here in the Big Ten, but that's in there. Look, as I kind of alluded to it before, biggest plus here is he's a 6'7" wing who you can fill in at the 3, which will slide Jaden Akins back to his natural 2 spot, which we haven't really been able to see him play at in his career. And ideally, the starting lineup is shaking out how we wanted going into the offseason. We got Jeremy Fears, Jaden Akins, transfer wing, got that with Fidler, and then Book at the 4. And then I said Cooper and Jax at the 5 because I never expected the staff to go after the center. We don't know if the roster is set. We know that there was some interest in Trey Townsend, whether it was, kind of one-sided, one way or the other. We don't know. He was, obviously the rumors going around was he was supposed to visit campus this past Tuesday. But then we got, reports, late Sunday night, late Monday night, I forget which one it was. The visit's not happening, and he's committing later this week to either Arizona or Ohio State. I personally was leading Arizona, but I feel like the tides are kind of turning towards the Buckeyes, even though I think, personally, Arizona would be a better spot for him to go. But that was really one of the only other names besides Javon Hadley, which ended up going somewhere else, and obviously they got their wing now. So really the only other spot is a big 4 or a 5, but we know that Book is more of a 4 right now, and he'll operate in that spot, and we want Cohen Carr to operate as the backup 4 coming in, because Cohen Carr is not a 3. Please do not blame at the 3. He is not a 3. He is a 4. So as of right now, really the only spot that you're going to upgrade is at 5, because everything else is, pretty much set, in terms of guys that we have on the roster and young guys coming in that we want to see, get a little bit of spin. So that's to be determined if they go after anyone else in the portal. I don't believe so personally. I believe the roster is kind of set. If they do go out and get a center, I'll say I'd be surprised because I don't think they have the Jackson and Coop tandem right now. And I think both of them will take steps. Obviously, a full, hopefully healthy offseason for Jackson Kohler. And then, Coop, obviously you hope he stays healthy as well and takes some more steps, specifically offensively. But I don't think they'll go after anyone. You have Jesse McCullough coming in. He'll, obviously more than likely redshirt. I believe is the chatter around Jesse coming in. So that's really the only position, as we said, that could possibly be addressed. Again, I don't think they will. But anyway, it's a massive pickup for Michigan State. We needed some good news after that football transfer portal cycle on Monday, Tuesday this week. I posted the spring showcase recap yesterday, and man, that is already outdated. I think I named 5 or 6 transfers. That's up to 9 or 10 now, and a lot more big names on that. But we'll update that. We'll probably at this point, because we have got 2 transfers in as well, we'll probably wait until the spring transfer window closes and then go over who we lost, who we brought in on the football side of things. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out and go green.